I'm a Finnish carpenter and I spend a lot of time on my knees. I had got growing pain growing up, so my knees were always sore. I'm doing a lot of flooring and my knees were just unbearable halfway through the day. I started using the cream and within 20-30 minutes of putting it on, my knees came back. So I was able to keep working without the excruciating pain because when you spend 10 hours a day on your knees, it catches up. And this one time I fell going up a cement landing, and scraped the front of my leg. I was limping around and it was really sore. I put it on, maybe 45 minutes later, the pain, half the pain went away, and almost no bruising. You couldn't even tell that I felt that bad. The soreness the day after, I was able to keep working even on my knees, so that was really amazing.
You have a brother that, what's your brother do?
My brother's a physiotherapist, and he uses it on lots of his patients, and they keep coming back. I sold a lot of jars to them, and people just can't believe. Some people, it was within 5 minutes of putting the cream on, especially on the knuckle parts. Lots of people, they couldn't believe that fast the pain went away, and they keep putting it on, and the pain doesn't come back no more. It stays away.
Good. Hello, Jackie. So I just wanted to ask you, you've been using the world's best cream?
Yes, I have.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm a hairstylist.
And you're applying the cream where?
On my hands, especially on my hands. I've been doing that for a while now, a good year, I would say.
Okay.
And at night, I apply it mostly at night and in the morning, but mostly at night when I come back from work, because my hands were really, my fingers were swollen and aching. I was at a point that I could not barely massage people's head, but since using the cream, my fingers, my joints, definitely the inflammation has come down, and they're a bit crooked, but that'll come back. But definitely there's a big improvement, and my hands don't hurt as much as they used to.
And how long have you been using the cream now?
Well, I would say, I don't know, as soon as the minute it came out, which what, a year ago?
About a year ago, yes.
Yeah, as soon as it came out, I used the original one.
Okay.
The brown one type of thing.
Right, okay. And now you're using the green one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Once in a while, I don't need to use it that much because usually at night I used to come home with aching fingers, and now I barely have that anymore.
I'm Art Hanna from Kirkland Lake, and I got some of the world's best cream. And you know, for arthritis, to me it's the best. I have arthritis in my knee, and what I do is I take the size of a dime and I put that on my knee, and I'm going to show you here, on top of the kneecap, and then I rub it in. And when you do this, what happens is you can feel the pain leave. Actually feel it leave. Now that's it, and I leave it like that now, and for an hour or two, I got no more pain. But then the pain starts to come back. So, back to the jar, another dime size, back on your knee. I won't do it because we just did it, but you rub it in, pain goes away. But it stays away longer this time. And after a while, you might put it on 4 times today, tomorrow maybe 4 times, and then you'll cut it back to 3, and then if you got no more pain, you'll cut it back to once a day. And then I've gone now basically 3 weeks with no pain. So when I feel the pain come back, I'll reapply it, and that's the way I find it works. And it works not only on my knee, but on my thumb and my wrist. So it's, to me, the best product I've ever used, and it's reasonably cheap.
In there.
Hi, I'm Jackie Hanna, and I live in Otto Township. and I would just like to tell you about my experience with this World's Best Cream that Bill makes. For a time, I have arthritis in my lower back, and it gets really, really bad. So I was up to the point of getting needles, and still it was helping a little bit, but not really very much. Like, I was at the point where I couldn't get into and out of bed or roll over in bed. So Bill said, well, try it. So I figured, well, what do I have to lose, right? I'm still hurting anyway. So I used the cream, and I've been using it for about a year now. And every night I have my bath, I put the cream on my back, and I'm mobile. Sometimes I have a little bit of pain that the cream doesn't put down. That's okay, I put it on again. But instead of having to take a lot of medication along with the needle, I take very little medication and the World's Best Cream.
Okay. Hi, my name is Rick Westbrook. I'm a mechanic at Highway Auto Repair. I've been a mechanic for 30 years now, and I've had pain in both wrists for about 7 or 8 years, and it gets severe enough that at times I can't either bend like I have to, or I can't hold on to the wrench the way I have to, or I can't let go of the wrench sometimes. I tried Bill's cream here. I was one of the first ones right after he invented it a couple years ago. I started putting a little bit on each wrist, twice a week, 3 times a week, and I have not had any wrist pain for going on about 8 months now. Absolutely none. I have not had any reactions from the nerves in my wrist, and it's fabulous. The newest cream is a little nicer smelling than the first one I tried, which was pretty rough stuff. But I thought I was going to attract animals, but it worked. This one it rubs in instantly, dissolves in your skin instantly, and I've supported it since he started it, and I have several people that are using it and thinks it's great.
Well, I'm 60 years old and I work in a machine shop, and I'm a machinist. With my hand sore the way they were and everything, and it was hard to work a lot of time. But with that cream, it really helped. And plus, well, some medication yet, but it's not, how can I say, I hope I can reduce them. Well, I've been seeing a doctor about 10 years. And then they gave me for about 5 years Remicade. That was every intravenous, and it's every 8 weeks. It was really expensive, about $20,000 a year. Right away I said, well, I got nothing to lose. I said, hey, with condition I am, I said, I'm going to try it. I really want to try something. I tried quite a few stuff before, and nothing worked, of course. And this one, well, it really worked to me. So far, it's been almost a month, I guess. And even the lump here really went down. And even the joint, I don't know, I think it went down too. It's pretty hard to say for myself because I see it every day.
And what about the level of pain that you experience?
Well, I put that in at night, especially like at night, and in the morning at least I could move my hand faster, like it's a lot better without pain. Okay, I got lots of swelling, and I don't know, sometimes I think I could close my hand a little bit better than before. I rub pretty well the whole hand, and the wrist is pretty sore usually. It's green, but it doesn't stay green very long. Like it's after you rub it, it's, I don't know, And the smell, I like it. It's not really strong smell. Now, I usually rub it for, I don't know, it's hard to say, 10 minutes maybe or so. Like I keep rubbing until, and it's not greasy, that's what I like. Like it's not oily or anything like that. I really like it. It's so far anyways.
And when you compare it to other things that you've tried over the last 10 years, how would you compare this to anything else that you've tried?
Oh, a lot better, because all other stuff, I don't know, they don't, how can I say, it's either too hot or it and really doesn't take the pain away as fast as, or well, most of the time they don't take it away. I tried a lot of stuff and over the bar in the drugstore or whatever I could get, and I don't know, they don't seem to do anything.
It's very
Well, I
rare.
sold one to my girlfriend in South Porcupine,
Okay.
and because her back is just awful. And she says to me, I'm going to let my other girlfriend try some. She brought her a little bit in a jar.
Right.
She had really back problems.
Okay.
And the next day she phoned me and she says, have you got another jar? And I says, yes. She said, well, keep it. I'll come in and get it.
Wow.
She says she wants that too. Everybody seems to be very happy and satisfied.
Oh, that's good. You can have pulverized copper, or otherwise called ionic, where this is a nanoparticle, and the nanoparticle gets into your system a lot quicker. Or pulverized ground up copper, you can actually OD on that, where this here being in a nanoparticle form, you won't overdose on it. And that's why it works so effectively. It gets into your bloodstream. So
I spent a lot of money trying to get some to relieve that arm,
right.
and nothing worked.
Me too.
Oh, I couldn't move my fingers. They were all swollen. I couldn't put my rings on,
So-
but now I can. I'd call that the miracle cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I'd call it.
The third person that used it, he called me up. He had a bad shoulder for years, and he called me up and he said, that's a miracle cream, Bill. And I said, why is that? He said, my shoulder's been bothering me for years. And he was sitting at the kitchen table, and I said, here, try some of this. And he says, well, yeah, just put some on. He said, he didn't think anything of it. And he called me the next day. He said, that's a miracle cream. He said, it's amazing how quickly the pain left.
30 years ago. And when I picked this Freon tank up, I felt a twinge in my back. And it never wasn't pain, it was just a twinge. The next day I couldn't even get out of bed. I was so laid up with pain. And I put this cream on it now, and it goes away every time. Yeah, just taking pills because I didn't have any cream that would help. And then Millie here let me try her cream, so then I bought 2 jars. Now I'm okay.
Wow.
But it really helps. I wouldn't be without it.
I put it on her back, and I says, if you want a jar, I'll order it for you. She went upstairs to the 5th floor, and she came back down, and I says, how do you feel, Lorna? She says, I feel great. She says, I got no more pain.
Yeah.
Wow.
Couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it.
After suffering for almost 50 years with pain,
Wow.
I finally got something that works.
Well, I wasn't sleeping at night either because the pain would shoot right up to my shoulder.
Right.
But it's great now. I've been sleeping like a baby.
Well, the cream I've been using for a while now, and before I'm a masseuse. I've been a masseuse for about 12 years. My left hand here, when I do massage, I have a nerve. It goes in here, and when it goes on, my hand gets paralyzed about 10 seconds. A terrible pain. It's so severe when I'm doing my massage on the client, I never tell them, but I just try to rub different way, and then it goes away, come back. Oh, it's unbelievable pain. And all the time I've been using the cream, it never come back. And also when I do massage, I shake when I do massage after. And if I use the cream, it helps the shaking. And my right hand, I have arthritis here, like that, okay? And so bad, I was telling my best friend that I'm more Chartrand, I was gonna tell him I'm gonna quit doing massage because the pain is so bad in my right hand. So since I've been using the cream, it never come back. Also, I have pain in this, my left arm, my elbow here. And anyway, here, when I lift heavy bags, the pain here, severe. I don't have it anymore.
So